Good evening, I'm Erin Burnett, and out front tonight, the breaking news. Major demonstrations tonight, protesters gathering en masse in New York City and across the nation for a second round of protests in the wake of a grand jury decision in New York not to indict white police officer Daniel Pantaleo in the chokehold death of Eric Garner, an unarmed black man. Again tonight, there is a very heavy police presence on the streets of New York. The number of protesters is growing in many locations around this, the largest city in the country. Protesters also in major cities around the nation, Boston, Chicago, and Washington, D.C. This, as a New York judge released information from the Garner grand jury. This actually came in response to a petition for public disclosure. And frankly, it was basically just a series of numbers of things like how many people testified. It revealed pretty much nothing about the grand jury proceedings. Eric Garner's family is upset about that. We're going to speak to his mother in just one moment. But first, our reporters are here on the scene at these protests. Athena Jones is in Washington with protesters. Jean Casares is by Central Park in New York City. Laurie Siegel is in Times Square. We begin, though, with Brooke Baldwin, who's with a very large group of protesters in downtown New York. Brooke, what's the mood? What are they doing? How many are gathering where you are?
It has grown. It has grown in number, Erin. I would definitely estimate I am surrounded 360 degrees by hundreds and hundreds of people. Let me just let you know what's happened right now. So we have gone from the heart of, where city government is here in downtown Manhattan. We started walking past where the police headquarters was, and everyone was headed toward the Brooklyn Bridge. We got right here, which is where you would begin walking across the Brooklyn Bridge. There's a major pedestrian walkway, and Effie, my photographer, can show you. You see the sign for the Brooklyn Bridge. And on the other side, Erin, of these massive, massive crowds, you see at the moment no one's moving because the police are not allowing these people to cross the bridge. I'm standing up here on my tiptoes just to try to see. I see dozens and dozens and dozens of New York police officers standing over there, not allowing them to cross. So, these kinds of things, like we saw last night here in the city and like we're experiencing live, it's all very organic. There are different people within these crowds telling people which way to go and which way to meet and what to chant and what to say. And so far, everyone has stopped for the moment, regrouping. But in talking to a bunch of people out here, they're out here. We saw a number of cardboard coffins that pass by in the street. You see all the signs right now. But I counted at least 10 different cardboard coffins with different names. We had been reading that some of the mothers from some of these other young men who had been shot by police officers would be here tonight. We've been talking so much recently in the news about Eric Garner and Michael Brown. There are so many other names, including Sean Bell, who was shot and killed 8 years ago last week. His mother is supposed to be here. So we're gonna continue walking. Make sure you continue to check back in with us. But these people, when you talk to them, they continue to chant Black Lives Matter, no justice, no peace. They are frustrated with the police department, and they call what they call discriminatory killings. And they say enough is enough tonight, Erin.
All right, Brooke Baldwin, thank you very much.